Hey yo guys, Kermy here. Today with map of the year 2024. Today Ace Attorney music and a lot actually. Might be a little bit different to map of the month. You know, map of the month, I have sometimes some maps where I'm like, yeah, not much to talk about, but since those are almost all winners, of course I'll try to be more thoroughly this time. That's one thing. There are two more things. Second thing is, this list will rise to the community list a little, because of course we have different winners, which means I think that affects two maps or so. Like there won't be Arrow Volume 8, and there won't be, I think Krmky won one of the community votes, also not him. Just so we are on the same page here, we have 17 maps overall, which are 12 winners from the committee and 5 more winners that were elected by a wild card. So each of the committee members were able to use another slot for a map. I used one myself. I will tell you which one I used. I won't tell the other slots. It's simple as that. But third thing is that I will have special guests this time. Not Ping this time, but 3 more people. RaGeX, RuSO and BriaN. And with each map I'm gonna talk about, you will get a voice clip from one of the 3. It's dependent on the maps. I don't have them all memorized right now, but you will see in the video. They will be blended in by the end of each of my votes casted, basically, of my rankings. And then, yeah, I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy this approach. And I guess we're gonna get into it now. Map of the year 2024. Let's go. And my first one is already one of the picks that got elected. One of the wild cards. It's Favela. Favela went in with the help of one of the committee members. And by the way, one thing I forgot in the intro, because some of you said you thought I would wear like an Argentina jersey. It's actually anime. It's actually anime and it's also more greenish, but yeah. I just forgot as a side note. But to get to Favela, respectfully, it's the only map in this entire listing now that I feel like shouldn't be a contest winner of anything. That's like the thing with this one. Because the competition is obviously high on average in map of the year, and I didn't even like it in its original month because I feel like the concept is still really great, genuinely. I think the stylization of this that's super great. Don't get me wrong on this. But the track after a minute gets so horrendous that I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it at all. I mean, even here, the Decollete bit works so well with the Brazil skybox and all, but especially given that this is not the original song also. It's not the original song. The original song is like some troll, Brazil, whatever the hell song. I mean, you can do it, but nah, actually, I consider it just horrendous. It's just, looking at this map is just looking at wasted potential, honestly. Genuinely. That's because I feel like hUGAO and Action both could do better, but it is what it is. Cool concept, but just bad execution. And I can tell you, like, when roughly this part, do you see this here? Up, space, deep, that's the point where it all went downhill. With this very part here, it's just getting out of control, especially since this high jump here, I swear, I can't pass this part. Like, he's just like rotating there, and he's just like sliding down there. I never slide down there. No matter what I do, even if I jump like more far right, I just won't slide down there. There's always some issue with this damn part. Whatever happens here does never happen with me, no matter how much I tilt this in fairness, nothing. I need like a couple hundred attempts on this. But it's not even the only part issue, like it's just random HDM bits, especially also this one. Why the hell? What the hell is this part even? I don't know, Action really should stop doing HDM parts, I don't know. Because, again, the looks overall pretty cool. It's all pretty damn cool. But, and then this ending part here. I mean, I noticed that with this ending part, some are really differing. Like, for me personally, I think this part is way too extended. I get the idea of it, and it's kinda cool as an idea, but it's so stretched and all, I don't know. Some others, but some others really like this. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I guess I kinda wish that instead of having this, like, a minute stretch near end, they should have kinda done this piece by piece. Like, you know, you have, like, back and forth, then you have some part stuff, then back and forth again. I don't know. Favela really is one of those maps where I would really love a sequel, genuinely. But this one, it shouldn't be in this ranking. I just have to rank it because it's in the committee list, so... Sorry for being the last now. It is what it is. But yeah, let's move on with rank 16, but before, what do you say?
Oh my god, this map. I didn't want to talk about this because it feels like I don't have anything to add about it, because the people that praise it and the people that dislike it have already said everything about it. And you might not know about this, but we had speak plenty about this map when it came out. I'll just say two things. The song. Why did you change the song? What the fuck? I have listened to Brazilian funk a fairly amount of time, and not because I wanted to, because I had to listen because of the FFS radio. And I'm not gonna lie, I disliked it at the beginning, but it started to grow on me, and nowadays I can vibe with it. But the song picks on the remix that you listen when you play the map, they're not quite it. I just can't vibe with that. And also, this is one of these maps, the very few maps that when it begins, I instantly press M. I don't want to listen to this song. And for me, song really matters a lot, because it's what makes a good map a great map. And that's just a missed opportunity to simply use a normal funk song instead of this weird ass remix. And about the parts that everybody complains about, including me, you could say that there are 2 or 3 parts that are bad. It's not a big deal, but they are a big deal in this map. They are not consistent, they are annoying to play. This map isn't a hard map. This map isn't an HDM. So why do you even bother? I think these parts just kill the flow of the map completely. So yeah, I think the idea is good, the concept is good. I feel like the execution lacks a bit, and it might deserve to be on this list because of the concept, as I said, but the execution really turns me down about this.
Next one, rank 16, is RaGeX, Rizom, Enstage. With loud music, actually, because I didn't swap them before. Let's be real. I think Enstage is a perfect example of Overcooked. That's a genuinely overcooked map. And what I mean by this is that I think the decoration is pretty damn amazing in itself. Like, there's a lot of creativity put into this from, I guess, both. I think RaGeX did it early and Rizom just finished it off. The decoration is really great. It's all the colors, all the different rooms. It's kind of like Pecky but overdosed. But the thing is, with both track and decoration in this map, it's just that it doesn't match too well. The track is a little bit too undercooked in the earlier bits, because I guess it's just not properly fixed, especially in parts that are about to come now here in the gameplay. Like this, for example, here. You can't just knock into oblivion on this turn. Also, this is like a little bit sloppy made. I mean, I guess with objects like this that are kind of room creating, you always have to make it, you have a downside that at some point you will hit a wall. But like, it's just insanely sloppy in such bits, and it's just a little bit some shame. Also, there's quite the tricky parts, like here, for example. You see, when you drive this here, Of course, he's facing downwards here, right? He's facing downwards to this loop, but if you don't know the map, you drive this, and the thing is, I drove them all again, and of course didn't have this video like that in mind. The thing is, the common player does not see the shades here. You won't see them. Trust me. There's so much going on. You won't see the tiny bit of loop here. You will just go pretty much straight forward. And if you're like here, more above, you will probably think you might have to aim here in this loop, or maybe in the middle. And it's more like shade coverage. And such bits like kinda deceiving because there are no markers. And this part is probably one of the worst in the maps, track-wise. That's the same swoosh but worse. As you can see, it's also already kinda over-tilting here. Decoration really nice, but and the reason that it's rank 16 is simply because I think, given the average quality of the other maps, this is borderline unplayable. You kinda have to treat this like an HDM map, genuinely. Like, you have to overtrain this a little, so you just can consistently play it well. It's just the reality for me. I don't know if you beg to differ with this. But also here, you drive into the object. I don't know, I don't get it. It's same time so ambition, but same time so... so much sloppiness in this. So much. I think here in the later bits it gets a little bit better. At least track-wise. I mean, for example, it's a pretty damn cool bit with the play. It's super cool and all. But there's one part I wanna still talk about, because I think this one is very important. Which is, I mean, actually this one is kind of cool. I wanna give a shout out to this one. I really like this part here with the driving upward. But there was one part that I genuinely thought is pretty bad. I mean, this one is a little bit bad because of the aiming process. But there was one part in pretty much the late game. A wall ride, actually. Yeah, this one. Hear me out. This part right here is straight up HDM hell. Why the hell is there a barely control part like this near end? Bro, this is the type of shit Simon would put in his volume 14. This is stuff Simon would put in his volume 14. But it's here on a flame type, RaGeX type, After Earth's Legacy map. Brother, what the hell? Why would you put a part like... I mean, it's gotta be Rizom part, right? What the actual hell? Why would you put that in? That's actually straight up map ruining. But yeah. That's what I can say to Enstage. It's just a very ambitious product, very insane decoration, honestly. I think, even despite the flaws in it, one of my best ones of the year, definitely. Just kinda overcooked and bit of more you can chew. But yeah, that's my opinion. What about yours?
Well, this map didn't age well. Maybe if it was released like maybe 10 years ago or something, it would be really cool. Like, you know, RaGeX has a map named After Earth's Legacy. Well, if it was released in same era, maybe it would be cool. But nowadays it's kinda meh. And we've seen such decorations plenty of times. And even 10 years ago, Zerka used to make such decorations, well, you know, probably, or not. So the real question about this map is tracks like, what the hell? They are so random. Also, for whatever reason, they made fake parts, or whatever you wanna call them, I don't know. They kinda don't fit at all. And overall execution of parts and their combinations are just not for me. Maybe, not sure, maybe someone likes it, but I don't know what exactly can you like in this map. Yeah, it's looking good, but overall can be done better.
Rank 15 goes to the Loud. I need to memorize this. We forfeit Espawn Fall to the Night. Yeah. There is honestly, that's the map I think there's the least about to say out of the list. It won, I think, October or November, was it? And yeah, genuinely, it's probably my least favorite Espawn map of the modern era, but not because it's bad, but it's just so under-ambitioned. You know, you had Enstage with the over-ambitioned overcooking, and this is like undercooked, unambitioned. It's a flatland one, arguably one of the best decorated flatland ones, okay, fair to that. But I can't really suck in the vibe of this, honestly. It's really difficult for me because you have all those empty spots around. It's more like a lot of shape. But also, if you can look at this part, for example, it's really just centered. There's nothing on the outside, like, for example, on Incendiary. I feel like a lot of parts have this room stuff, and you're not really looking out of the edges. But here you got nothing else to do but look around the edges, because it's just so in your face. And the center stuff just isn't eye-catching enough for you. It's just something eye-candy on the side like. And it makes this map feel so empty despite the neat detailing here and there. Like, from structure-wise it's kinda neat detail, but here for example also, yeah sure the buildings quite have the impact and the coloring and all, but what's this below here? Just a slight bit and then there's just raw water. I really can't tell how massive the object count on this one turned out to be with the shapenism here, but it just feels so, yeah, nothing really. Like less than it should be. Also here, the colors are impressive, but so much nothing. There's so much nothingness. Arguably, I might would have preferred if there was like no water and you put it in sky and it's still flat, but like a skybox or something. I don't know. Maybe that would have been better just to have more color around. Or maybe just watercolor, but at the same time I don't think that would have helped. I'm not sure. Or maybe just more structure overall on the side. Even if it's just rocks and Excalibur formations or something. I don't know. Just something. Apart from that though, I gotta say the track is pretty damn fine, honestly. I think it drives very well, which is the one thing that I think keeps the vibe up kinda well. It's also a little bit dynamic. It's no compared to the other flatland goats like Jetty Launch or Presage or even Memories Never Fade, maybe, arguably. Or maybe something like Incendiary, but yeah, I can't really say I like the map. I just gotta say it's a genuine solid map, but yeah, honestly, as I said, I can't say too much about it, given that it is a contest winner, because yeah, it's really just a neat executed flatland and that's about it. But what do you have to say about it?
Let's be clear here, why does this map even exist? We know that both V4 and SPawn can make better maps, I mean way better maps than this one. I don't know what happened, maybe they rushed it, maybe that was just laziness or something, I don't know. But the map looks undone, there is nothing to comment about it. Even after watching the video you don't wanna play the map already. Well, imagine randomly getting to play it in the game. That's kinda sucks, I guess.
Alright, we go to rank 14. Dink's volume 10, I still forgot. Napalm. I actually forgot that this is actually a contest winner. Not gonna lie, I forgot. This might be because it doesn't feel so overwhelming. I don't think it's a bad map, definitely not. I especially gotta say I like the idea of having like the blue and orange shape mixing on the spawn. It's pretty cool, honestly. Actually, I think it's not the original song also, but I can't recall really. The song was neat, but a little forgettable, but I'm sure it's not this one. Yeah. What can I say about Dink Napalm though? It's definitely a map that reminds me of more older style, like I don't know, kind of like stuff Dan would do. If you remember Dan, I mean, of course there will be people like BriaN or so, or like OGs. They're like, yeah, of course Dan's like, bro, who doesn't know Dan? But more modern players probably don't. Genuinely, I don't think Dan is one of those mappers who aged quite well in the modern era. But kind of remind me of this a little. And yeah, else it's just typical Dink. You have at least a even more modern Dink now from these days. Just a map from Grove Street style with the with all the shapes around, with the symmetries, kind of. Usually he uses like 1 or 2 objects and makes rooms with that entirely, and I think it kind of works. It kind of works, definitely. My favorite bit in this map gotta be this part specifically. I mean, at first I really like those buildings here. It's just kind of nice to have this climb up here with those buildings. And then, this damn weirdo object. It's a slow-paced part, but it's gonna be one of the coolest slow execute parts I've seen so in a long time. I think you could have put more into decoration on this bit specifically because you are that slow, and you know, more slow-paced means you can put more effort in the details because you have time to look at them. Nevertheless, I really like this map. I like this map, I like this bit specifically. Yeah, but the thing is that with this map, as contest winner, I just think the others are pretty much better than this still. It's just very well done. Also, like, I think there aren't much parts I would say that this tree spam works. I think here it kinda works though. So yeah, I think it's just pretty damn fine and just reusing objects a lot and just making cool shapes with it. Also this one just feels right somehow. And I appreciate this. Yeah. But before I redo myself with my commentary too much, yeah. What does my pal here say?
Previously, Dink had night-styled maps, but they weren't as good as this one. As for me, the color palette does the work. He played with markers here and there, and overall look of the map, the way he put these buildings all around, kinda does the work for me.
Moving on with Fatal's Chasmic 3. Yeah, honestly I'm glad that it won its month, respectively, because I think Fatal is just a mapper who's not made for overall map of the year. I should already make this more quiet again. Like, he's not really a map of the year contester usually, because Fatal is always in this niche of making the average, the slight above average all the time. Fatal isn't like really improving or deproving. I guess that's not the correct word, but yeah. He's always in the sweet spot where you're just always above average. And I think Chasmic 3 is just the perfect showcase of what he's just doing all the time. Though I gotta say that Chasmic 3 is playing a little bit too roughly with blind parts, I think, like through water and all, in some bits. I still think the vibe is very much there. And if you are a fan of the Chasmic series, I think that's a great ending for the trilogy. Because it really pretty much uses what 1 and 2 already got and just elaborates it slightly with a few decorations, with a few kinda new, kinda old stylish track approaches again. I just think if you are into the Chasmic series, you have a very good feeling of how to play this. And yeah, that's just pretty much it with this map. I think it's a well-deserved map for the month winner, but it doesn't stand any chance to be like a big guy of a year. But that's just Fatal for you. I think he's one of those mappers where you are best with putting them in a random queue in regular, or like just buying them occasionally if you are into like a specific one, like for example Chasmic or even Shallow or something. And the song is really just such a vibe. And the overall, yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at it right now. It's like, yeah, that's just Fatal for me. That's just straight up Fatal core. Yeah, but yeah, no. I just wondered if there was more to say about it, but yeah, that's pretty much it. What do you say about it?
Fatal's Chasmic 3. I really do not have strong feelings about. I don't see why it exists. I mean, it exists because Fatal wanted to make one, so, you know, fair enough. I just don't find it much better than the first or the second one. The song I find less annoying than the second one song, but it is so repetitive that I just cannot stand it. So yeah, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't rank it high in my own tier list of map of the year contenders, but it's fine. I guess it's still a good map. It's better than your average DM map. It just doesn't warrant map of the year contender title, I guess.
Rank 12 here goes to NoType. Actually, first things first. Actually insane that he won. Actually insane that he won a map of the month. Because genuinely, NoType's style is equally to Fatal. Like, not in the sense of that they are an equal style overall. But I feel like also NoType is the type of mapper who really has a rough time to win something with his style. Because it's always just rather simplified, rather not too exceeding in any creativity outside the box or anything. It's just like a neat done map usually. But Warriors of the Sun exceeded it. For the very first time I gotta say that I feel like NoType really made some new peak actually with himself. And that's because this map, I think I said it also in its respective month, it's just insane to me how well crafted this track is. Or maybe accidentally, I don't know, but it's just so cool. It blends in so damn well with everything. I feel like it's kind of accidental, kind of intended, but Jesus Christ. I love how you go wall-ride back and forth. I like how you see other part bits when you drive on the one end to the other. The decoration might be overall one of the really more simplified of this map of the month contest winners, sure. But it's just enough to make this work with the wide open area of Warriors of the Sun. So I'm totally fine with it. It's making well use of those SAMP objects also. The song is pretty damn fitting too. It's just, you know, this map genuinely made me feel I wanna rank it higher than it is. I evaluated though, and that's like, I can't go higher than 12 of it. That's the sad part for me personally. I don't know, it's not because NoType is the leader of Nova and all. That's not like bribing or anything. But genuinely, I just really like this map so much. Might be one of my favorites. I mean, like, if you asked me top 5 maps of this month, of this year I mean, this might be in. But unlike another map I probably put too high, which will be funny, I just didn't feel like I can place this as high, because it's just not too exceeding anything. It's just so well in its own right. That's always the rough part of subjective versus objective ranking for me, so yeah. All in all, I think NoType really made a very, very great map here, and I'm not even sure if he will be able to make another map that I will like as much as this one, because I just feel like this was made for me. But yeah, I hope he does. And until then, really high recommendation to play this map. It maybe doesn't look like it, but it's just so cool in my eyes. I don't know. It's just so cool. But yeah, what do you think?
This is a map that can win a map of the month, but when you compare it to all the maps released on a year, it kinda gets behind them. And it isn't because this map is bad or something like that. All the maps on the list are good, but this particularly, I believe, looks simpler than others. It might be because of the style, because it is a map that is double-sided, which kinda limits you unless you are GP or Costa Nostra. And talking about Costa Nostra, it really reminds me to his series Slash Dash, which I kinda love it. I think those are the best Costa Nostra maps in my opinion. But yeah, it kinda reminds you to that map, and it's mostly because he used some custom objects, and it's kind of unfair to compare it because of that, but you can escape it. But overall, I think the map it is good, but it isn't something like that can win a map of the year. I think it can only go so far with this style and this track.
Rank 11! Zerka, quarzite, his 9th volume. his 9th, I don't know how you name this in English, but like Roman number. Anyway, yeah, it only made it to 11th because of the flaws I already pointed out in the Map of the Month recap in December. It's just those track bits that suddenly go HDM with no marker properly, and the overall style change, and the irony that the non-quartz part is better than the other. Yeah, let's be real. It's just a very good map, but with all the competition around, I just couldn't place it higher for myself. I don't know. Maybe others beg to differ. Valid enough. I mean, we are only having good maps here in Enstage and Favela and Follow to the Night. I feel like the first 3 not really blending in so much, but after this, all very good maps. That's just the thing here. And then a map like this will also end up on the 11th rank. Harry scratching the top 10. However, I think that this will mark the new era that maybe, I mean, new era is a little bit high put, but I think the incoming Zerka maps after this, no matter how many there be, Zerka is always a little bit unpredictable with ambition and then laziness and demotivation and anything in the map sector, I think. But I'm pretty sure next Zerka maps will exceed this by far. I have this feeling. And this is more like getting back into. Just like having some fun with the night style approach again and all. Yeah, it's still a very cool map and I still like playing it. I just have to pray every time I play it to have, like, you know, please let me memorize this damn parts where I have to suddenly memorize the map entirely. Like this, for example. Yeah, this will be the rough part, but what do you think?
Okay, quarzite, quarzite, I don't know how to say that. This is a map that it was pretty unlucky because he released on the last month of the year, which is the month where all the tryhards try to post their map in order to win map of the year, I think. Well, maybe they don't, they just all to post their best map on November or December. So it didn't win its vote, but I think it deserves to be in the list anyway because it deserves to be here for 2 reasons. Firstly, it's purple, and everybody knows that purple is the best color, and secondly, the decoration is great. And yeah, I didn't say the track, so you can imagine. I mean, the track isn't bad. The track is good, there are good bits of it. I think it's a fun map overall, but in general I think the map lacks a lot of markers, and the parts themselves are not clear enough because there's a part where you go straight and you jump and you don't see anything, you don't see a marker, you don't see anything at all, and you just crash into a wall. Like, it doesn't make sense because that wall doesn't really change your direction all that much. So it's those kinds of things that probably doesn't matter for another map, but in this level you have to be nitpicky on the top contenders. And this map has a lot of minor flaws that you can discredit on. So yeah, it's a shame, but the map overall is very good, but it has these minor flaws.
And we're entering the top 10, and once again, I feel like some will disagree with me here. But yeah, Rollerfunk is just a top 10 for me. Yeah, why is that? I know that some people are like, Rollerfunk is maybe an overlooked map. I think it did end up 3rd in the ranking. I'm actually not sure of if the community voted on the 3rd. But I think it was kinda high. Here's the thing. We checked my vote on, I think February was it, where this map won. I rechecked this vote and I said that the issue is that there's something missing and I can't really put it. I think I know it now though. It's really just this damn emptiness outside the box. It's just that the thing is that when I look at Atlas, for example, on Atlas, with all the I shouldn't talk too much about it, we will get to it also, but like, I feel like there it worked much more for me, that it's more centered. It's just I think the fact that it's daytime and nighttime, you have the lights in the middle, and outside is just pure emptiness. But if you have a daytime map with a skybox, everything is kind of more bright, more to look at, even though there's just a skybox. But here, it's just bland emptiness on the outside, and you kind of enjoy the shapes. And I feel like, you know, when I talk like this, I'm not sure if it makes sense. Like, for me, it makes sense in my head. I'm not sure if I can, like, just stretch it out so you understand it. But like, I don't know, if I look at the part like this, for example, it's like, there's so... Okay, wait, let's get a little bit further so the buildings load more probably. But like, I don't know, for example, this entire left bit just works so... It just feels so plain and empty, I don't know. I appreciate the shapenism, but it's kind of too much emptiness. And on the right, I just like have this approach. Like, if you think about Rollerfunk, it's a lot about approaches. To approach gigantic bits, just to bypass them. Like, you can sense this already in Spawn. I really try to make this point clear that I'm trying to make with this, but it's like, it's hard to explain. It's because it's just such a vibe feeling. But all in all, Rollerfunk is all entries. It's just entries. Like here, the spawn already is just, you see an entry from afar and you enter it. Then you get into this tunnel. Like, and once you entered it, the entry is like the journey. It's like the thing this map is aiming for. Once you're in, it's not really important anymore. It's just a filler. The content is the filler, but the entry is like the sick thing. Like here, once again, you get out of it, and then you enter the next entry. And you have this gigantic shape. And then once you're in again, like the inner parts are kind of more boring. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think it's in contrast to his daytime maps. And I feel like that's the thing that's pulling me so off. Because it's just, I'm just waiting for something to happen. Because I'm seeing it, and then once I'm in, it's like, still good, but not amazing anymore. Like, the main content isn't that amazing, but it's more like the journey that's cool. And that's the kind of the take and track to make about what I think differs from Gerc's nighttime decoration compared to his daytime decoration. I'm not sure if that makes sense for you if I put it like that, but it's like kind of the thing I'm trying to explain with his stuff. And why I think that maps like Blossom, Bloom and Atlas are, for me personally, the cooler experience. I think my favorite part gotta be this one here, with the magnet. Same time though, I sometimes slow after the jump. Like here, when I try to jump in here. Also, this is basically one of those things I like. Really, the shapes are cool, but it's just... it's this damn object count. It's this damn object count. And I feel like I would prefer if it would appear fuller in sacrifice of the draw distance. But since this is just Gerc's map style, I always try to do him justice, because I always feel so weird when I put like maps lower than the average person would. Because like the average person would be like, yeah, Rollerfunk is somewhere between like 2nd and 5th place or so. And I put it on 10 and like, the thing is, I can't know in my head why, but it's hard to express. And I really hope that, I mean, I guess Gerc is like, yeah, sure, I don't mind, of course, but I just want to be understood. Kind of what I'm trying to put here. Because, yeah, it's just that. For example, this bit, especially this bit, looks kind of very empty, right? Even though there is effort taken for sure. I mean, just making this like a symmetry. There is a lot of effort in this. Even though it doesn't appear like this. Also with these rocks, but honestly, I feel like the rocks were also overall not the best decision. I don't know, I feel like the dark rocks is just... I mean, sure, it puts the lights more in contrast, but yeah. But as you see, I'm quite passionate about talking about Gerc, because I still think I like the stuff the guy does. And I can sense there's a lot of time put into this. It's just really that, I don't know. I feel like I'm still lacking the Gerc sweet spot map. I really just wondering if I can even get it. But yeah. Oh well, I'm really sad for him that it's just the 10th rank. Because I genuinely think it's a cool map still, but yeah. I'm just, no matter how much I try, not seeing the higher heights of this map that other might see. But yeah, that's I want to say Speedito because of the sign. But yeah, that's a Rollerfunk. That's Rollerfunk. Imagine. What do you say?
Gerc's Volume 13. I love this map, and I personally placed it as the map of the year for me. It's close with his Volume 14 Atlas, which I think it might be better in the community's eyes because of recency bias. But I prefer this one over Atlas. I like the nice style, I like the few changed textures. I think it's just a great map altogether. He can do better, but there aren't many people. No, I don't think there's anybody who does this style better than Gerc does. So good job, and I hope he will make many more maps like this one.
Then we jump to rank 9. It's another map that was elected. Next election map. Yeah, it's a RuSo's 2.5 GRETTY PREEN Yons. Or however you pronounce this. It's like one of those... Wait, right, it's a 480 only, yeah. Art, it's a piece of art, this recording. And yeah, I think this also pretty much tells the reason why I put it a little bit higher than the previous ones. Because on first glance it might be a little bit weird to have this above Rollerfunk. By the way, it's not my wildcard map. Just so you know this, it's not mine. I try to get the appeal of this as a RuSo biased man that I am. You know, I'm very RuSo biased. And this map here specifically, let me just say, the one bit that I would say is really genuinely awesome in this map is that I think back then when I played Sims Volume 11 Legacy, I was like, not gonna lie, I think that's as far as a modern mapper can go to make an old stylish map. Because I really thought it was well done to go back in time. It's usually a hard task to do this, but I feel like RuSo, with this map, kinda made a new record for like going back in time. This really feels back in time. Like, I don't know, man, it's just genuinely well time-lapse, I don't know. That's really just a past ride. And yet it still kinda uses the... I wouldn't even say if it's a modern style. It's like... I'm not sure how you would call the style RuSo goes for in this type of track making. For example, like when you looked at the previous part, if you can decipher it with these pixels. Like, you know, the small hops like this one here. I'm not even sure what you would call this. If that's old style or is this like OS-ifying normal style? I don't know how you would put this. I don't have a name for it. It's something like G-Tero used in Mischievous with this climbing stair pod on Dark Inception series. I don't know. It's like purposely unsmooth smoothness. But yeah, apart from this, the decoration really blends in with old stuff, like making the slight AMT bits with odd objects. Then this fault parts, especially this one is like core 2011-12. This weird emoting. Yeah, I just think this map is really well in the term of making an old style map, and I feel like it's a really good accomplishment overall. But I wouldn't place it higher than rank 9 here. So yeah, I still think very good map overall. Not my favorite RuSo map, definitely not, but a project well made. That's how I would put it. Also, I like the dynamic that's still in there, like for example this part here, that he kind of recycled in its own map twice. But yeah. Why is he stunting so much in this record? Jesus Christ, I didn't know that's a backward part possible. But yeah. What do you think about GRETTY PREEN Yons?
That map is such a throwback to good old days. And I am not gonna lie, if he releases one more map like this one, it's gonna win for sure. Well, yeah, the map is nothing special, nothing remarkable. It doesn't have outstanding decorations, it doesn't have outstanding tracks, but overall feeling, overall vibe you get while driving it, it's so amazing. It's literally amazing.
Jumping to rank 8. It's Paradiso of... I'm still amazed that the series has a trilogy now. But yeah, Paradise of Andershell 3. Gave it rank 8 because I think that's as far as this series can go. I think overall, PoA... Might some people disagree. I noticed that there is some differing with the peaks of the series. I personally think it's a clean staircase, you know? It's like you start low and you just climb higher and higher, and I think that's as high as it can get. I think that's the best way to play an Andershell style map that we have now, given that I personally don't like Pure Skipper Paradise 2, and overall I feel like Andershell stuff didn't age all too well with optimization. So I think that's the best alternative you can get, while I think the first and the second have a lot of flaws. Giving the approach that this one is kinda overfixed and more in the MDM spirit was a pretty good call for a map like this, because in the end, the target group for Andershell style map is more the people who are more OG and maybe can't really click with the likes of a Sashgon, Nicotine, or maybe even GT Terror map or Goku or so. But they're rather like more in the touch with maybe a Hard Fury style map, or like the stuff Finn did. Like more older stuff that would be nowadays, yeah, MDM. And that's what I think sells this map higher than the previous ones. It's just making great work of the like blueprint of Andershell, of what Andro took with him on his journey. Alongside not just the series but his mapping entirely, and I feel like at this rate he just really knew what he has to do to make the series get in his best peak it was. Or fix it, sure, but still give the feeling of a somewhat skilled approach, try to put the decoration in an oldish style, but make use of what I'm capable of as a mapper. Or what I learned also in maps like Revived, or maps like even Unmissable maybe. I can hardly tell how Andro really approaches maps, but I feel like that all the stuff he did in his volumes, also the solution for example, led to the fact that he was very well capable of doing the map like this, like he did it now. And yeah, I just think that's also, even after the 2 volumes that came after, this is Andro's best map, period. At the very best, you could say the Solution 2 can kind of reach this also, but I think from a solo perspective, this is really Andro. This is Andro. He did it very well. And yeah, well deserved 8th rank. What do you think?
Andro's Volume 12, Paradise of Andershell 3. I think this map might be the pinnacle of what I call Paradise maps. This is what we used to call them like 10 years ago. These kill maps which were like, you know, clearly based off of Andershell's maps. So I mean, this is a tribute, so it's more obvious. But I think the track it's a consistent, not too hard but also not too easy map, and I think it just hits the sweet spot of an enjoyable map which is challenging but not too challenging. So good job on it. I don't have much else to say. The decoration is the same, but it's good, and it doesn't interfere with the gameplay, which is good. So big ups.
Rank 7! Our one HDM, raw HDM contester of the committee is GameX Breakdown Rush 3. And I'm glad he made it in because, I mean, this might be GameX's last map. There won't be another GameX map. At least he told me that pretty much in January of this year when this map came out. I mean, never say never, sure, but like, GameX is a busy man. GameX is a busy man. I would wish he would put more, maybe there is some other project where it's laying around and some other finishes, like, I don't know, part 2 of a cool series or whatever, something new. Maybe Fox motivates him, there are enough mappers to motivate him back. But what can I say about this map specifically is that, oh my god, It's insane to me that GameX made this track. GameX isn't a track guy. That's noticeable in all of his volumes and all. But in this one, he did it all by himself. And apart from the decoration, that's of course amazing. It's GameX decoration, and GameX, the only enemy of GameX is slow load. And even slow load is really stepping back with this one. But the track overall, there's so many creative ideas. I mean, just look at it. The drift part here, left, right. It's just some slight evolves, backwards, back. It's kind of MDM-ish more. Still, I feel like in the big center of HDM, this is a more easy HDM still, but it's still an HDM, of course. But I feel like this, all those small touches of parts that we've seen work so well. I mean, sure, you have to memorize it and all, and there's, I think, some few scriptings that you have to play the parts correctly. But at the same time, I feel like this map is also more telling than the average map still. Like, of course, you can play like maybe once or twice, but you can read the parts from, like, visuals way better, I think. And overall, it's just a really good vibe. I think this is like a modern way of, like, you know, where maps like Dope to Drop were back then. That, like, Dope to Drop was the sweet spot between DM and HDM, and this is like, nowadays I would say this could be a map like Breakdown Rush 3. That's like, definitely challenging and you have to get into it a little. But once you're into it, it becomes kinda simple and you're just having a fun time playing it. It's like more fun than try hard challenging you. And we need such maps, really. I think such maps are very much needed. So yeah. I love Breakdown Rush 3. Once again, a great trilogy ending. We have kind of a lot of trilogy endings here, right? But yeah. What do you think?
Okay, fun fact about this map. When I was trying to replay it to make my vote for the committee, I went to training and I picked the first breakdown rush that I saw. And I just played it casually and thought, yeah, this is kind of good. But it didn't feel like it was this one, because I remember struggling with it the first time. so I went to the training list and I saw, yeah, oh no, this is the second one and I should be playing the third one, which makes you understand what I want to say about this one. Because when you see GameX maps, they are very consistent. They all have the same style, they all follow the same principles, they're all good on their own. And this is a progression of that style, and it's probably the best of the GameX maps. But to be a map of the year, I think you need to propose something or either be the peak of your style. And this might be really good, but I don't see that it's the peak of GameX style. I don't know. Maybe I'm too exigent or something like that. But yeah, this is a very good map that deserves to be highlighted and truly deserves to be on this list.
Rank 6. Another wildcard map. Final boss Andross. I think I'm really just glad that it went into as a wildcard map, because there is fair critics about this map. I totally get it, and it's also very valid. But even though you can say Kermy isn't the most amazing mapper, of course, like every mapper in this list most likely is better in the track decoration part than Kermy. I think that you can say this. You can say this. But Kermy at first is also, I think, pretty fine with tracks and decoration still. Maybe on a more average level than the average map of the month winner, but still decent. And on the other hand, of course, this map is focusing more on the concept, and the concept, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. This whole idea, and the fact that he managed to put it this far, that's damn banger, okay? That's insanely banging. Honestly, at Kermy, I know that you, I think, at least watched the November episode. If you watch this, I would love to see you in a feature with like another more refined mapper with an equal concept like this. I mean, I've also seen your Volume 4 and all that before, for example, also Prison Break and all, and I just feel like if you would combine with some mapper who's like more in the game, like, I don't know, let's take someone from here, like, I don't know, Zeet, like RuSO, like BriaN maybe, like any of those, and they would just help you enhance the overall gameplay aspect of like track and decoration. I think you would be a map of the year contester, definitely. Like, You're still rank 6 for me here, but yeah, the flaws or like the lower parts of this map just outshine too much, and like 6 is really the highest you can climb here. I mean, I'm always phrasing this like it's the most important thing to win a map of the year. Of course, it's not like it. It's just like I'm speaking of the overall. How can you improve maps that are already pretty damn cool? I just feel like with you, it's just if you would just pair up with someone to look over, like improve those bits, like better, more decoration and all. I just like the visual of this in my head, you know. But of course, it's your call entirely. All I can say is I really was sucked in with this entire map concept. I never played Star Fox, genuinely. And I think from our talk, it's like, yeah, the idea is more from the Smash Bros. Trophy and all. And then this arcade stuff with Andross. But genuinely, it's such a cool topic. Such a damn cool topic. For real. I kinda wish for more final boss maps. I mean, we got one with Prime low-key. I would argue Frenzied Chaos Storm is also some sort of final boss map. But Jesus Christ, I love this. I love this. What do you think?
I have strong feelings about Kermy's map. I feel like it's very polarizing. Many people like it, many people don't like it. To me, it's amazing that it even exists. I'm not a Lua coding expert, so I don't exactly know how difficult it is to pull off what Kermy did. But I'm so glad that it exists, because not many other maps are like this. And of course, the map itself, like mapping wise, isn't the highest quality wise or just excitement wise. But I think the lore and the scripts, and I guess you could call it a storyline, basically, they just make up for it. And I'm so glad that something like this exists in the game. I think it is pretty much pushing the boundaries of what's possible. If we are talking about like a boss fight theme map, which this one is, and yeah, I can only hope that Kermy keeps it up and makes more maps like this one, or just any other type, because I'm a big fan. So yeah, keep it up.
Entering top 5. RuSo bias chat. Valle de Lirio. Yeah. It's a better version of Rosalie, I think, definitely. It feels like Rosalie too low-key, because it's the same map as literally. But yeah, Valle de Lirio is such a vibe, genuinely. I love it. Of course I love it. I'm RuSo biased. But yeah. The one thing though, I gotta say, and it's just a thing, I think I said it already once or twice, I'm not sure though I said it on video already, but RuSo is entering the esports stage very soonish. Or it's like pretty much in there already. With the fact that his own unique style that is adapted in this map, of course. The teardrop, I would say the teardrop era style, you could argue. It's just kind of wearing off with its charm, because there are just so many products of it by now. And which is why I hope that the 2025 RuSo is expanding more on stuff like the PREEN Eons or other things. Because the style is kind of overcooked by now. It's just so trying too hard to exceed. And at this rate, it's just struggling more and more to do that. But I still don't mind to have like this style with maps, because it's still damn fine. Great loops, all those dynamic curves in the loops and all, banger song, all the landscapes with the buildings in the background. I mean, I can play this all day, sure thing. I don't mind. It's just like the excitement for the newer maps just get lower. That's the downside of doing this style over and over. But lucky for me, judging his screenshots and all, I will get new stuff. That's cool for me, and I hope for you too. Else, yeah, what's there to say? This trio is just such a match in heaven, kinda. They just match. I don't even know why they match so well, but they just do. Especially, this is my favorite part on the map, by the way, track-wise. It feels just so gigantic to drive this damn Warride loop. It's kinda like Gus reassembling, but in a slightly other execution. overall, I think the most dynamic RuSo map, kind of, we got this year. At least with the speed also added, but there's one RuSo map I preferred over it. But we will get to this later. This one, however, was a great ending for, I think it was the last map RuSo released this year, in 2024. It was a great ending for this, and I hope it's, as said, the last one of this specific style for a while now. Because it will match this very well. I played it like 12 times or so with run after run. I think I told it only once or twice though, because it's pretty damn difficult actually. But yeah. The thing is, every time I talk about RuSo, it's like, what do you expect me to say? I see a RuSo map, I like it. I love it. I could play it over and over. Didn't get to this much specifically because my December and November were so damn busy. But every time I played it was like, yeah, that's RuSo core. Krmky and BriaN do a good job at expanding on it. You have a great time every damn time you play this map. And it's also still difficult, so you don't get a top 10 for free. Which is cool. Because then I keep paying attention and really have to sweat for it. It's just, kinda, sometimes I feel like every time I see a RuSo map I say the same thing. But it's because he matches the same thing every time, if it's not like something like PREEN Eons where he's expanding on a different topic. It's just his whole ass part creativity with some, I mean, respectfully, who the fuck maps like this? Who the fuck makes this curve into a slide hop, into a gate loop that goes upwards for a slight bit, and then just goes low again in an up climb for some random landing here? Who does this but RuSo? But it works, and it works damn fine. But yeah, what do you say?
I couldn't expect less from RuSo, that's his typical style. Also very well done to Krmky and BriaN for keeping the style up. As for decorations, they're not the best this year, but we can see some details here and there. What I actually love about this map is tracks. They are the best ones this year for me. Music choice is also on point, and combination of that track and that song kinda do the work.
Rank 4! It's not a top 3 contester, exactly. On my list, it's not top 3. Atlas is rank 4. Why is that? Hear me out. Those remaining maps, and trust me, I played a lot of those maps. It was already hard for me to put Valle Lirio on just 5. The thing is, every time I jump into the conclusion, and I also had this map of the month, honestly, in the January one, that I'm on a spot where I'm like, damn, all those maps are so damn fine, and I can't really down talk them. So what I have to do is like, I have to do two things separately. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to think about what positive aspects are higher than the others, and what negative aspects are lower than the others. So with Atlas, is the thing that it's over Valle, for example, because I feel like the decoration is just so much more creative and better. And the track, even I think the track dynamic is so much more amazing. But, same time, just like Rollerfunk, though I think here's it better, it's just that the overall slight emptiness sets in more than on the maps above it. And that's just a shame. I feel like the middle bits here, for example, with those constructions, just feel a little bit too empty, despite the skybox. So the equal thing as on Rollerfunk. But other than Rollerfunk, this one, it's not about the entries, it's about really the entire scenery around you. My main favorites on this map are definitely the factory bits, where you drive through a factory, like for example in this early bit, which is one of my favorites definitely, it's like this one. I really like this high jump in here, with like the curved, slightly curved chase and all. This is one of my favorite bits definitely, with the construction. But also later on the rubbish bits. where you are in this rubbish field. I also really love them. Like, for example, here, when you land into this, when it's more city factory, those are the crazy bits. Because also, unlike in Rollerfunk, these ones are all cornered up. I feel like the more the sides are covered on those maps, the better they get, because you don't have the feeling of emptiness. If the sky is empty, that's fine, because it's the sky. But it's just odd for the human being to have, like, nothing on the sides. At least for me. Also, I like this drift part here, really. I feel like Gerc was really also focused on making more dynamic in this one, which I really appreciate. But then also this one. I think I also said this in December, but these fences are so damn great work. The trees also. I feel like Gerc really learned to enhance what San Andreas gives you. He doesn't need more objects for like specific trees or so. He just really has a good feeling of just giving the objects he gets more depth by just like copying them, reassembling them. Like he's playing Lego with objects basically. And yeah, just those bits I think is what really is amazing. Gerc, for your next map, really just cover your sides more thoroughly like this, and you're so good to go. You're onto something. I'm kinda sad I can't give you the map of the year from me personally. You got it from the, I think from the committee overall in the end. And it's well deserved still, because I think Atlas is still amazing. But so are all the other maps, I think. Jesus Christ. Alongside Blossom's Bloom, this is still the best Gerc map I've seen. I've seen some screens of your new one, and yeah, I wonder how this will turn out. Yeah, definitely an amazing map we have in this time of era. So those trees, it's so damn cool. It's so damn cool. But yeah, why are you just fourth? You're just fourth because after the opinion of my guy here, I gotta tell you about my two maps and then the winner, why I put them higher, and this will be funny. But yeah, first I'll give the opinion to the next one.
Gerc's Volume 14, Atlas. I think this map suffers. Well, it doesn't suffer, it actually gains from recency bias from the community. So when it comes to trying to judge it, I feel like people are gonna prefer this one over his Volume 13, for example. And recency bias plays a huge part, in my opinion. I love Gerc's maps. I think he is a consistent, excellent mapper. He is really starting to master the this EDD speed map style of his. I just don't think this is the best one he's made. I think Blossom's Bloom is much better. But even if you're just talking about this year, his Volume 13 just exceeds it in my opinion. And yeah, what I said about his Volume 13 is true still. So if he released it at the time that he released his Volume 14, then it would rank almost as high as his Volume 14 does in the community's eyes, in my opinion. It's good. It's really good. It's still one of the best maps of the year. I just have a few issues with it. The track is just a bit clunky for me at some parts, and this one is hard to explain, but at a few parts in the map, the track and the decoration isn't really cohesive. It feels more like there is track with decoration around it, instead of a decorated track, if that makes sense. But otherwise, it's still one of the greatest maps released this year. So good job.
Rank 3 goes to my guys here, to my people, to Chris and Hooligan. Chris, where are you? You dropped this damn banger and then you vanished. And Hooligan, not gonna lie, you're gonna be one of my you're probably one of my most favorite decorators of like the latest few months. Especially also now with Candlelit, but also this, I don't know, I feel like Hooligan is so damn good in his craft, for real. And yeah, Shimmering Dawns is above Atlas for me. Why is that? Genuinely, the early game goes to Atlas, no doubt. And that's also the thing with Shimmering Dawns overall. I feel like they just kinda had to warm up with like the first parts. But then, after making this high jump, genuinely, and I cannot stretch. This very thing here is the most closest. It's the closest approach I can get to a alchemy map. I'm just so stun-locked looking at this. I can't even tell if it's better than Atlas. You know, at this point it's subjective matter, I guess. But something about this is so hypnotizing. And Atlas is just amazing, okay? But this map is literally stun-locking me with its looks. I don't know. It's just so... It's maybe the song, the color palette of this full yellow, and the... I don't know what it is, but I'm so damn stun-locked by this map. It's just a vibe bomb. It's a pure vibe bomb. And I would argue that this is the craziest vibe of the year. It's vibe... With vibe alone, this is #1. Straight up. It's so mind-numbing just to look at this. It's like a lava lamp. For real. I genuinely love this map, and well, the craziest part of this is that it's by Chris and Hooligan. It's not GT Taro, it's not an X, it's not I don't know, any one of those people who you like, and then they make crazy good decoration. It's goddammit Chris and Hooligan. And they made a name for themselves just with this one map. So who are you? Like not who. I switched with the German. Fun fact, in Germany, wer is who? Where is where? No wait, so like, you see I'm getting confused. Like, who is where and where is wo? So sometimes you get confused as a German if you like in your speech flow with wer and wo. But anyway, where are you? That's what I'm trying to say. Where are you, Chris? Legit. You dropped this? Gone. There's this one decorous map gone. Chris, where are you? At least Hooligan is still around. I would love to do a peek with him one day, not gonna lie, but I am and stuff. But yeah, I'm just glad I can give you a top 3 rank, because I feel like that's the outrageous 2 like of this year. Like last year we had outrageous as the wildcard candidate that appeared out of nowhere, and this year we just got Chris and Hooligan. Just those mappers that are more in the who tier, you know. But then just show him. They go like show him, and then they showed. Just amazing map. What can I say? Very amazing map. What do you think?
First of all, that was kinda unexpected feature, but they did pretty well. We can see they spent a lot of time making decorations and adding all of these details here and there. But let's be honest, there is nothing more on this map besides decorations. I mean, tracks are hella boring and you don't wanna come back to play that map again. I mean, yeah, decals look cool, but you looked around for a while, drove the map, and that's it. Kinda meh, kinda just a map overall, I guess.
Well, the last wildcard and my rank 2. My wildcard is emAnpAm. And this will be the one where you might don't get me, but hear me out. There is one specific thing I think this map showcases very well for me that is, I wouldn't say going wrong with the game, but I wish some more people would enhance it. Guys, more track creativity please. This track is, for me personally, and I think I can argue that it's also one of the coolest in this year, it's just like, it's so over dynamic with OS, mixed with regular, and even, at some extent, you could say MDM-ish approaches. Because sometimes you really gotta aim that shit like Cosa Nostra. It's just such a bland, simple vibe, but put with effort in it. I like the fact that you can WFF it, you can basically not do anything with this track. You can be super fast in this bullet bit. You can be super fast with your like alignment in the part, because the jumps are so over the top. You have all those gaps in between, like here, but like you can aim also more left, more right. It's also same time wide, but it's also same time, if you narrow it down to your specifics, you can go pretty damn precise and gain so much time. Here, this jump, there is no invis on this pretty much. You can fail this so damn easily if you don't aim properly, but same time you can aim wider and not wide. There are so many lines in this one damn map. It's, I don't know, maybe I like it so much because I'm not too used to the OS sector. But even if I played OS maps, I guess they're not dynamic like this. Also here, you will, the thing is, you will not specifically fail. You can, like, jump lower here, and you will take the uphill a little bit with you. You won't die, but you will get potentially slower. But you can also make the jump better, so you jump higher up. And then this jump will be more easy. And if you're too slow, you don't die, but you will get the time loss by just driving the edge up and stuff. You get what I'm saying? The thing with this track is I feel like it's such a mastercraft for me. It's actually, the thing is, RuSo wouldn't probably rank it as high as I do here, but it's just kinda made for me. I don't know. I just love this approach of mapping so much. I'm not seeing it anywhere, but sometimes on RuSo maps. Also here you have a double part, like you have this ramp here. It's a little bit hard to see maybe for video. You can also get through there, but same time, even if you take this cut there, it's even still a little bit hard. And then also this bit. They goddamn covered this loop here. You don't see it too much in the video here because he took a wide turn. You can also like skip this turn when you drive already down here with a good drift. I like this entire combination, you get what I mean? The only thing is, of course, sure, the decoration could be better. It's a little bit more OS-ified, of course. I also like, by the way, this thing multi-game mode servers won't have. But they're even playing with draw distance here, like, you see the bellies here and all. Those markers actually aren't visible, so it's a little bit harder to like play it on the regular room. Because they aren't appearing at all. But yeah. It's just so lovely crafted still. And it's this entire dynamic of track bits, of land creativity, of approaches that just makes me put this on rank 2, because there is not any map close that I had so much fun playing over and over again like this. It shouldn't be, and you can totally judge me for putting this on rank 2. I don't mind, honestly. It's probably credit. Also this part, you have jump 1 uphill here. If you're fast enough, you can jump on the higher bit here. He's slightly failing it, but even though you may not pass this, you can drive the lower one. I love this approach of double roads. It's just so natural, so cool, and you get kinda a what do you say? You can you get Belohnung. The word Belohnung. The word Belohnung in English is rewarded. You get rewarded for playing it over and over, because you will notice those bits and you will try to make use of them. I mean, the only thing is that's a kind of WFF killer, because you can't skip the pickup if you want to try it in WFF, which is a little bit annoying. But overall, I didn't know he failed this. Oh man. But yeah, as said, you can back to differ, but this map hit such a sweet spot for me. I'm gonna give it a rank 2. I want emAnpAm too. Such a cool stuff, for real. Such a cool map. I think, as said, there's not a single map that I had so much fun with this one. And I might be the only one who plays it that high. Feel free to dislike. I don't care. I stand my ground saying that I really think this map is amazing in its own right. And I wish that some more maps would use such a type of track making, or like a game design decision for their maps. Because that's really making a track fucking great. Well, what do you think?
This is one of these maps that I do and finish them in less than a couple of days. I had the idea to create a map that mixes old school with race, and it sounds weird, and it is weird, but at the middle of it, I didn't feel like decorating it all. Like, I don't know, I didn't lose the motivation, but I wasn't really committed to finish it. So we had some discussion on the screenshot channel, I think, like we always do on the mappers community, and Lacia said feed ? Like they always do, like it's a joke now. But I kinda took it seriously. I DM'd him and told him, hey, I have this map that I didn't finish decorating. Will you join? And I thought he will decline it because he's mostly a track mapper, but no, he did accept. And it is kinda funny because it is almost like you ask Sisti to do a feed and then you put him to decorate instead of doing track. I just told him, just close all the gaps with the buildings, but now he started to do some bits of city decoration, some weird parts. It's kinda neat what he accomplished there. So the real problem with this map is me, because I started it and I didn't believe in it. I just wanted to do a map that is just okay. I had the idea of a nose map with race beats. Just wanted to finish it, and Lacia made it a great map. So instead of me just doing whatever, if I just took it more seriously or had the vision from the beginning, I think it would have been much better. But right now it's fine. I think it's a good map that you can like. You can really like the ideas or no, I don't know. But yeah, it's a good showcase of an idea that has a lot of potential.
And last but not least, yeah, it had to win for me personally, honestly. The only downside, and I will just put it now because then we can go to all the crazy upsides of this. The only downside of this is that it's a mountain bike map, and this little fellow here, won't have a good time over and over again. But aside from this, I don't even know what to say. You can just look at the stem video while you hear me out. Love for detail in every damn freaking corner. Somewhat dynamic bike track. Song. Very good to the vibe. Decoration amazing. So many thought process. So many tiny little scripts that make it more lively. Sound effects like this damn cow shit. The damn backpack. There are missions. Missions of the single player game GTA San Andreas in this mission. Fucking Pyramithra Nova sign. There was a dick in there, but it's a Monster Energy version, so I cropped it out. That's from hentai actually, the punchline is porn. The sign is there. There is beef on the streets, there's a burning bin. Skate park. So many sceneries. It's like a journey through GTA San Andreas, portrayed by one bike map, and like completely mixed through and through. How can you not think of this as an amazing map? Like, even if you dislike this map, play-wise, you gotta say there's so much Lovecraft in this. Like, did you see the damn helicopter hunting you down in the San Fierro police station? And then you're forced to drive in there, in the garage, to avoid the cops, straight up into the factory building here. Which is, I think, either from End of the Line or from another factory mission. Even so, it's kind of resembling it. Going through this tiny Area 51 but into Chinatown. Jumping once again up another Chinatown. And suddenly, you're straight up caught into, exactly, a construction site. Straight up down to another bit of San Fierro. What can I say about this? Except amazing. There's all those graffiti mods also. This is also a hard bit. You can also WF it pretty much because damn, it's still hard to steer through this. But since it's a BMX, you can't really fail when you're a mountain bike. Through the donut, gate down. Watch the planes as you jump once again a little bit higher. Every freaking corner on this map is lovely. How should this not be rank 1? It's simply not possible. It has to be the winner. Yeah. I think I said enough. Here's the mission Just Business. No, not Just Business. It was I forgot the name of it. Was it Lost Sepulchres? It was the mission after Lost Sepulchres where they jump through this gate. And then there, of course, the rider mission. Beyond. Here, the rider mission was Rider's pickup truck. Then there's also the train stuff with Big Smoke. What can I say? How can... It's just fun to look at this! It's just fun, the entire road here covered with cars, driving, the helicopters. That's my part, by the way. He asked me, that's by the way the thing about Prime. Prime asked several people about their favorite missions in GTA San Andreas. And then he implemented them in this map. And mine was this one. Because I was like, okay, if I think about the best missions, it's either this one where they are chasing Grove Street. Like this one escape mission where you shoot back with this broken cave from Emmett through those motel building, and then you end up hitting through this billboard. The other one was End of the Line, of course. End of the Line is arguably one of the best missions of all time, of course. And then the other that he took, because the others were already pretty much in there, is this one. The mission where Kendall goes to like Caesar and CJ and was like, man, those construction workers hit on me. And then CJ is just like messing up this entire construction site and puts this guy in the toilet into this grave and uses concrete to shut it down. I don't know about you, but this is just a peak side mission. Like the mission has zero plot relevance, but I love it. It's like one of those perfect side quests. I just love it, and he put it in there, and it's just I like this. I like how much he cares about this work here. So yeah, all in all, well-deserved map of the year, and that's my take. Last opinion.
Oh my god, this map. I don't even know how to begin with this. Like, I completely agree that he deserves to win Map of the Year or an achievement like that, because he's been really helpful. He's been releasing banger after banger. He's just been the guy of the year, along with Gerc. I say, really glad he's on this list. I would even highlight the Go map, the Frenzy Go Storm, I think it's named. I really liked that one as well. But this one in particular, I have some things to say about it. My opinion about this map have been all over the place, because I really like the idea, I really like the effort, I really like how it looks, but I don't really want to play it. It's weird, I don't really see myself playing this map again, and I know there might be someone that they play this map every day and have some fun, but I don't, because my hands really have a really bad time when I play this map. And I know that isn't the map's fault, but I feel like this one suffers a lot from success, in the sense that it achieves what it sets out to do, but sometimes the idea is so niche that it kinda fails to click. Personally, I think it's a great showcase of what Prime can do. I just hope he doesn't rely too much on scripts or fill the maps with them, because what really matters after all is the track and the decoration.
Yeah, you heard them. All three of their opinions also alongside me. Fun fact, while I record it, I don't know their opinions. I personally said, like, I just sound in if it works alright, and then I'm just, nah, I'm a talk, and then I will be surprised too what they say about each maps. Yeah, that's map of the year 2024. I think we had a great month, honestly. That's like the third time I mix month here, but like, I think we had a great year. Map of the year 2024 was damn fine. And 2025, already judging from the first month, going in a good direction. I hope we'll get more like this. Well, we'll see ourselves next time, whenever that will be. Until then, keep mapping great stuff. Sayonara.